Shut Amma's door, I forgot. Hello, welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to your Maharashtra CET Law 2024 100 most expected questions. In this series, we are looking at the most expected questions in critical reasoning, and this is part 8. So in the previous lessons, we have done what are the common questions asked in Maharashtra CET verbal, logic or critical reasoning. We've done some questions in odd one out, analogies, statement assumptions, statement conclusions, cause and effect, and course of action. Today, we're going to look at reason and assertion questions. All right. So we'll look at what are reason assertion questions and how do you solve them. So as I told you in this series, we'll cover all question types, including the most frequently asked questions. All right. So in a reason assertion question, you are given two statements. They are labeled, the statements are labeled assertion A and reason R. All right. You have to identify whether the given statements are true. So your first step is to see is statement labeled A, that is assertion, true or false. Is the statement labeled R true or false? And then you have to see if R is an explanation for A. For example, if I say that a cake, okay, rises because of the baking powder that is in it. Okay, then you'll say baking powder is a leavening agent. It traps air and helps the cake rise. So you know, yes, a cake. People use baking powder in cakes. Then you will say yes, that is correct. Baking powder is used in cakes. Why? Because it is one of those agents which helps the cake to be lighter and helps it to rise. So the statement is correct. Both the statements are correct and R is an explanation for A. Correct? Or what is it? Water kept in clay pots is water is kept in clay pots in summer because it is cool. Reason is clay pots have small pores in them, so the outside evaporates, which is why the temperature inside of the water is cool. You will say yes, that is correct, this is also correct, and this is an explanation for that. That is how you have to see. So basically these questions require some knowledge of science and geography. There'd be questions on light, questions on sound, questions on electricity bulbs, on colors. There was once a question on primary colors. So there would be some knowledge, not too much. You don't have to, 10th school science, whatever you've learned about chlorophyll in leaves and things like that is enough. All right. But you have to brush up on the basics. Very easy general knowledge questions, geography and science. Clear? All right. Instructions are almost always the same, but as I tell you, always look at the code given so that you don't end up knowing an answer and marking the wrong option. Okay. So what is it? Whenever an exam has negative marking, you have to be very careful. So what is this? Both A, if both A and R are true and R explains A, R is the reason for A. B, they both are true, but this is not an explanation. They are just two facts. C, if A is true but R is false. D, if R is true but A is false. Alright? Okay, let's start. Question 1. A ship rises when it enters the sea from the river. So you have a ship going on a river, and the moment it enters the ocean, does it rise or does it sink or does it remain the same? This statement says the ship rises when it enters the sea from the river. Is this true or not? You have to determine. Second, R says sea water is more dense than river water. It is denser than river water because it has salt in it, and the ship experiences more buoyant force. Good evening, Siddhi. So tell me, what would be the answer? Ship rises when it enters the sea from the river, true or false? You have to first find out that. Second, you have to see if you agree with this statement that the sea water is denser than river water. So the ship experiences buoyant force. That means force pushing the ship up when it goes in the water. If that is correct and that is why the ship rises, if the ship rises, then you're going to mark A. Otherwise B, or if one of the statements is true or false, C or D as it is. So what do you think is the answer? Please give me the answer quickly. A ship rises when it enters the sea from the river, true or false? Sea water is denser than river water and the ship experiences more buoyant force, which is why it rises. Is that the explanation? What do you think? Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Give me your answer, A, B, C or D, and then we'll move on to the next question. All right. Yes, it is correct that a ship, when it enters the sea, it rises. Why? Because sea water, when the ship is going down, the sea water gives an upward thrust. So the ship experiences a greater buoyant force. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Excellent. Tanmay, correct? All right. So the correct answer is A. Clear? All right. Let's look at the Anaga, perfect, A. All right, good. Next question. Water pipes burst in cold countries during freezing winters. Right? Many countries, it snows in winter. Some days it snows endlessly. And in that condition, statement A says, water pipes burst in cold countries during freezing winters. All right. R says pipes are made of lead, which is not ideal for low temperatures. All right. So now you have to tell me your two-step process. I told you, find out if this is true and this is true. Then find out if this explains why this happens. In which case you have to mark A. If both are true but this does not explain this, you have to mark B. If this is true, this is false, you have to mark C. Or if it's the other way around, you mark D. So what do you think? And give me the question number. Alright, when you're marking your answer, tell me 1, 2, 3 or 4. Water pipes burst in cold countries during freezing winters, true or false? Pipes are made of lead, not ideal for lower temperatures, true or false? And does that explain why water pipes burst? That lead is not good, ideal for lower temperatures, which is why it bursts. A is true, but R is false. Anaga says C. How many more for C? Anaga thinks it's C. Tanmay thinks it's B. What about the rest? Siddhi. Alright. This is true. In many cold countries, you keep hearing about water pipes bursting. So they say don't keep the pipes full of water. Drain out the water. Alright, so water pipes do burst. Pipes earlier maybe were made of lead. Now they are no more made of lead. They're made of other metals. Okay, but that is not the reason. The reason, and this is not correct also, pipes are made of other kinds of metals. So, what is the answer? The answer is A is true and R is false. Why do water pipes burst in cold countries during freezing winters? Anyone? Why do pipes burst in cold countries during freezing winters? It's really, really cold. It happens. Why does that happen? Because in school you must have read about the anomalous expansion of water. Normally, when liquids solidify, they contract. Right? Exactly. Perfect. Water expands till 4 degrees. So that's why when water turns into ice, the volume increases, which is why the pipes burst. Okay, excellent. Good. You're good in science. You will do basic science. Not too much of that. All right. Next question. Salt is added to cook food at higher altitudes. When you go to higher altitudes, they add more salt to boiling water to make. Is it true? Is it true that at higher altitudes, salt is added to water, to food, so that it cooks faster? Or for some reason? That's what A says. So salt is added at higher altitudes when cooking. Second, salt enhances the taste of food and iodine enriched salt prevents goiter. True, false, and is are an explanation for it. Salt is added because it enhances the taste of food. Is salt added? Number one. Second, if it is added, is it added because it enhances the taste of food and because iodine enriched salt prevents goiter? Is goiter more common in at higher altitudes? What is the answer? Give me the question number. All right, put 3 and give me your answer. A, if A and R are both true and R is the correct explanation of A. B, if they are both true but R does not explain A. C, if A is true and R is false. Mirza Irfan says it's A. Higher altitudes. ये है question. A salt is added to enhance the flavor of all food, but ज़्यादा नमक तो अच्छा नहीं है. At higher altitudes, is this the reason why salt is added? Mirza, that's what you have to see. Think again. Higher altitude में पानी में salt डालते हैं ताकि vegetables can cook faster. Do they do that? Is it only because of the taste? Okay, Royal Clock. All right, nice names you all choose. All right, this is correct. Salt is added to boiling water so that the water, because at higher altitudes, boiling happens faster. Boiling point reduces because of reduced pressure. So salt is added to increase the boiling point so that food gets cooked better. But that is not to enhance the taste. Salt enhances taste of food is true and iodine enriched salt prevents goiter true. So what is the answer here? That both are correct, but this is not the reason for salt being added only at higher altitudes. Salt is added to all, but at higher altitudes, pani wani jo bhi ubalte hain, they add salt. That is what the statement is saying. Got it? So the correct answer for question 3 is B. Alright, both the statements are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of it. Flavor enhancement of salt, we all know, is correct. But that is not the reason why they added at higher altitudes. They added at higher altitudes to boiling water so that the temperature goes down and vegetables can cook better. Okay? If anyone's had airline food, though the food is cooked at normal altitudes and carried in the plane, kuch to ho jata hai. Plain food never tastes good, right? Unless you're very hungry and you say anything will taste okay. All right, question 4. This requires geography. Okay, areas near the equator get rainfall throughout the year. You heard of tropical rainforests. Where are they located? Are they located near the equator? Areas near the equator get rainfall throughout the year. उनके लिए summer, winter, autumn, spring ये सब नहीं होता है. There is only one season, hot, humid and wet. Correct or not? Equatorial regions have high temperatures, high humidity throughout the year, and that causes rainfall. Is that the reason why they have rainfall throughout the year? Question 4, what is your answer? Are both the statements true and does R explain A? Then you mark A. Otherwise B. If one is correct, one is not, look at the answer and mark accordingly. Question 4, Anaga says A. Royal Clock, you have to give me the question number. You can't just say ABC. Then I won't know whether you're answering for B or for C. Tanmay says 4A. Anaga says 4A. What about Mirza and Royal? Why are you lagging behind? Where's your answer? I'm waiting. What's the answer? Yes, it is true that tropical rainforest, jo bhi bacha hai abhi, they're getting depleted. They're being cut so much, at such an alarming rate that people are saying very soon you won't have tropical rainforest anymore. And yes, high temperature, high humidity throughout the year. So they have what is called 4 o'clock rain. I read this when I was in school. 4 o'clock rain, 3:15, 4, suddenly lightning, thunder. What happens is because of the high temperature, all the water sources, water evaporates very fast. Okay, and then by afternoon there's so much evaporation, the clouds can't hold the uh, moisture anymore. So around 4:30, squalls, thunderstorms, lightning के साथ हर रोज almost बारिश होता है. That is why both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Alright, okay. Now, one of the questions, not too many, earlier when CLAT had different types of verbal logic questions, they would sometimes ask a reason assertion question. If I remember right, the CLAT question was something a little different from this, but I also thought I should test this with you. A red flower appears red in all lights. Does it? If that is true, then A is true. But does it look different in another color light? After the class is over, try to see what color a red flower will look like when you put it under blue light. Okay. Second, if you see anything which is red, why does an object appear red? Why does a red flower appear red? The explanation here says that red absorbs all other colors and reflects only red, which is why the thing appears red to our eyes. Alright, any object. It need not be a flower, even if it's a shirt. Okay, if I'm wearing a red shirt, why does it look red to you? Because the color red absorbs all other colors and reflects only red, which is why it looks red to the human eye. Is this correct? Why does a red flower look red to us? Because red absorbs all other colors and reflects only red. Is this correct? Second, if you put a red flower in white light, it will look red. Have you ever looked at it under blue light, under green light? Does it still appear red? Alright, I've got different answers. I've got two answers so far, A and D. Okay. The correct answer is R is true and A is false. A red flower will appear black under blue light. Okay, that is because even when it absorbs and all, you cannot see it. Alright, and this is correct. Therefore, R is true, A is false. Okay. Alright, I hope you've now realized that reason assertion questions aa nahi rahe hain zyada, but if they come, it's not a bad idea. They're mostly very easy questions, something you've learnt in school throughout 6th, 7th, 8th grades. So you may not remember everything, but little sound doesn't travel in a vacuum. Those kind of things. What is the filament of an electric bulb made of? Aajkal to LED lights hai, but still. Okay, so all those things, small, easy facts of science and geography. I will do it as part of the series, but you also can look it up so that your knowledge increases. And these questions become very easy. You can get them right. Alright, let's quickly look at the notifications. Register for our scholarship test. If you're planning to take CLAT 2025, you should start your preparations now, because now summer holidays, you have plenty of time to prepare. So, sit for our scholarship test. You register and sit for our scholarship test. Help your parents so that you get a huge scholarship and you get a huge fee waiver on the CLAT fees. Okay, so do that. Second, you are still interested in Maharashtra CET Law. We have an online classroom program. We also have a test series with a lot of mock tests. We have a comprehensive course for 2025. Some batches are already going on. Enroll now. You have a free trial for the course. You take that, enroll in the classes and see what it's like, and then join our classes. Join our test series if you want only mocks. पढ़ लिया मैंने, last year prepare किया था, I want to go again, I only want to take the test, then you can take our test series. Alright, and join any or all of our social media channels so that you get notifications of all our sessions. We do a lot of sessions on YT, we do a lot of sessions on the app. Download the app, the BYJU'S Learning app, so that you have access to all the sessions that are done and all the paid courses as and when you join the paid courses. I will see you again. So as you know, I'm taking classes Friday evening 5 p.m. and Tuesday evening 5 p.m. Friday evening 5 p.m. is Maharashtra CET specific critical reasoning. Tuesday evening 5 p.m. is just normal critical reasoning, verbal logic. Alright, so join me then and also join our courses so that we see you in the classroom. Any doubts, any questions, quickly ask me. You have any question, there is a form there. You can fill it up and our counselors will call you up and talk to you one-on-one. What courses to take, how to join, what to do. Alright, any questions? Understood? Reason assertion is easy. Alright, I'll see you again on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Until then, bye-bye.